What's up, people? Back again. Back on Pub Fun, back on Twitch, back on YouTube, back on X. No kick, no kick, no TikTok yet. But it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen at some point. So, just making sure that. Yeah, I think TikTok's gonna happen at some point. Like, I feel like that's where the vibe is, isn't it? That's where the kids are. Nova Train wants to join. Who's Nova Chain? Should we let him join? Let's join. Let's let Nova Chain join. What's Nova Chain saying? Absolutely nothing, of course. It's just a made up name. I don't even know what that is. Okay. Anyway, we're back. I'm still holding Asta. Okay, asteroid. Sorry, asteroid. I'm still holding that shit. So yeah, we're gonna talk about it. There was a point, you know, I got in at like a 115 mil. I got in at like 115, 1 million, 115 million market cap. And it kind of went down there and touched it, and then it was teased around there, and then it's continuing on. So I feel like I got a really good entry on it. Like, obviously you missed the initial pump in it, and the mentality is that once you see a pump like that, something crazy, you just assume, okay, I missed it. But I feel like, yeah, that was like the firing gun. Like, this is a marathon, like it's not a sprint. So in my mind, it's kind of a thing of like, yeah, it popped off. You might have missed that. Like, how would you know, innit? Like, unless you're in the trenches, like in the trenches, or you're in some secret Discord, or like you're really following this token. It's been out since February 2025, right? It's been out for a long ass time. So like, obviously, like, people saw this coin, and you're not assuming anything's gonna happen in September? Yeah, September 2024, mate. Like, we're in 2026. Like, so it's been out for like 18 months, 15 months, something like that. Anyway, it's close. Yeah, and you're looking at it and you're thinking nothing's gonna happen with this coin, but it's just another meme coin. Like, I'm sure there are more opportunities out there with coins like this where it's just flat and nothing's going on. So I mean, what's your job here? Like, you've seen it pop off, you see it like peak out and then sell off, and you're thinking, okay, where can I get in? So you're thinking, oh, is it gonna dump here? And then you check the narrative, and the narrative is phenomenal. It's not like a shit narrative. It's probably one of the best narratives I've seen for a meme coin. It's got genuine, like, yeah, it's got a genuine narrative, and the fact that Elon is behind it is not the only thing that's going on. So I don't know if anybody's actually looked into what the token or the meme coin represents, but the fact that it's been donated to St. Jude's Hospital for like cancer research, and the person who's responsible, or like the coins behind, I don't know even, like, to be honest, if the person behind the token is representative of the person who it revolves around, if that makes sense. So the woman, or the initial woman who released the token, or the person who was based upon, she was basically suffering from cancer, and her dream was to meet Elon Musk, I believe. This is the story. And somehow she got in communication, and then this, like, Asta doll or puppet or whatever it is, Teddy, basically is now the face of SpaceX. And it's just like, if it officially happens, like, I think Elon's doing the IPO, and he's also doing other things as well, like launches and stuff like that. This puppy, this Teddy or whatever it is going to be all over the place. Like, you're going to see it everywhere. And that's like a meme. That's a real meme. Do you know what I mean? It's not Peanut that disappears after a year or during that cycle. This is something that, if it is the actual mascot of SpaceX, it's going to be there forever. It could go to Mars, bro. Not the moon, Mars. Okay, like, so maybe I'm too bullish on it. And I've had a really bad track record with meme coins. There's not a meme coin I've purchased where I've like made substantial amounts of money. Now, you might look at like $100 million market cap and think, oh, that's massive. But like, in the reality, in the grand scheme of things, if you look back on previous bull runs, or like situations where where like, price appreciation was happening in memes, like, they've gone to like crazy valuations, and it's simply like a fuck you to the traditional markets, isn't it? Like the ETH, like, even like the fuckery that's happening in like, regular tokens. When I say traditional markets, I'm not talking about Nvidia, I'm not talking about Bitcoin or anything like that. That's traditional markets to me, because I've only known markets in the sense of crypto. I've never traded stocks. I mean, I've done like CFDs, like they're probably illegal in the US and stuff like that. But in the UK, you could do, or in Europe, you could do contracts for difference, and you know they're the worst type of things to trade. They're basically zero expiration dated options. So they're basically trash given to retail, and retail get rinsed on them every time. They might get lucky on a few, but in reality, it's not really anything that anyone should be trading. So yeah, meme coins are the way forward, isn't it? Like meme coins are the way forward, isn't it? That's in my humble opinion. Not meme coins, but crypto. But then even in saying that, like the way that traditional markets in regards to established coins, I'm talking like ETH, Bitcoin, Solana to an extent, any coin that's trading on Hyperliquid is a traditional coin that can be manipulated by perps. And yeah, the opportunities are there to still make money, but they're manipulated by these perp dexes, isn't it? That's where the volume goes. So like even in regards to Asta, right? Asta's actually being traded on a perp dex, which is Asteroid, sorry, is being traded on a perp dex, Asta, with 3x leverage. Now I'm sure there's a load of plebs out there who just assume that they can't actually purchase the token, and they've gone onto Asta and they've seen that, oh, you can get 3x leverage on it, and they're buying that. Or trading it up thinking, yeah, this thing's going to go to $1 billion. Why wouldn't I leverage it? Because I'm going to wait way more money for my pennies. I'm going to have like $300 in, you know, I'll trade it on 3x leverage. That gives me $900. Greater price appreciation. I make more money, blah, blah, blah. But they're at the behest of the exchanges. So it kind of scares me and worries me. Like if something like Binance says, oh, we're going to list it, but we're only going to list it as perps, that's going to kill the price because no one's going to actually buy the token. They're going to immediately go to Binance. They're going to immediately go leverage long on it. And then Binance is going to be like, right, we got you. The fangs come out and this market manipulation price dumps. And yeah, the price actually of Asteroid never actually reaches its like, you know, where it's supposed to be, which is billions of dollars in my opinion. I hope. So like, yeah, there's like, you know, I've had time to think about it. I sat back yesterday and I was thinking, okay, I've got a good entry here. What's the likelihood that people are going to dump it? More than likely, you know, like anyone who got it down here, 129k, come on. I saw someone post that, you know, there might have been 20 people that made millions off of this token. You know, and there was one guy who sold the day before it actually popped off, or like on this initial pump to like 20 mil, or like in between, somewhere around here anyway. It looks kind of like weird on here. When I click auto, it still doesn't show any bumps. It's weird. Maybe because I'm on the daily. Yeah, like somebody sold like on the initial bump here. They just like, oh, thank God, I've been holding this since September. I'm getting out. I've got an 18x, but you know, they missed this whole thing. Now this just looks like accumulation to me, and yeah, continuation. No one wants to sell this token. As soon as Elon like tweeted about it, that was it. It was kind of like, okay, this thing's gonna go. One more tweet from Elon, potentially a Binance listing, depending on what it is. If they say, yeah, we're listing Asteroid on Binance perp only, it's gonna be, yeah, that's when it's a wrap in it. Like obviously, I think there's gonna be a run up into that announcement, but yeah, we don't want perps. We want it as like straight, like, you know, buy it on Binance. You know, buy the actual token. In order for them to facilitate that, obviously they have to buy it on the open market, because I'm sure, like, you know, a big exchange, centralized exchange, I'd say as well, hasn't been accumulating Asteroids since like since September or whenever it was, you know. So yeah, 100 million market cap, 140 million market cap. I'm in profit on it, and I'm still bullish. The only thing, someone posted something saying, "Oh, imagine the smell if." Elon points out that it's not spelled Asteroid like that, you know. I need to go to my likes. Hopefully I haven't got anything dodgy on there. Where is it? We'll get there, we'll get there. I haven't seen it. What is that? Okay, I don't know. Okay, so yeah, anyway, I don't think I liked the tweet, but like, yeah, and then apparently the guy who bought Pepe, who put, I think it was like $200 into Pepe. Yeah, he bought all from a buy of 200. So the guy who bought Pepe for $260 and actually made like 8 million. I mean, he's got 2.75 trillion Pepe tokens. So, you know, he must have been a super early. He just didn't really care about it. Obviously, for people like yourself and me who are buying yesterday after the initial pump, you're not going to have trillions of it. You're going to have like maybe a couple mil. And you're hoping that, you know, it might go to $1, it might go to 50 cents, 10 cents even is great. But you know, the market cap is going to be massive by then, so it's going to take some time. But apparently he's actually bought some Asteroid as well. 54k. I think I saw that purchase as well on the thing on the timeline. I mean, on the the old transactions on Deck Screener. Yes, I am old school. Yes, I don't have FOMO app. I'm actually geo blocked from seeing FOMO app. So like yeah, use a VPN. Ugh. Yeah, I could do that, but then my stream is not going to be as as fluid or like as flowing. There'll be a lot of connection issues. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, going back to like traditional markets, as in like the more established coins, the manipulation is like the fuckery. The manipulation since Friday is crazy. I mean, look at this dip. Look at this dip. There was one guy, a well-known trader, and he was basically saying, "Oh, that would be a good time." I think it was like sort of up here. He was like, "That would be a good time to just short ETH down to like $1,000." So yeah, there are a lot of people like proponents just basically super bullish since super bearish with this price action. Weekend price action, I might have you might add. So I normally use the Ichimoku double settings. So yeah, so you get like a clearer vision of like potential trades or whatever. If you wanted to trade, if you're crazy enough to trade on leverage in this market, because no one's here, like it's so easy to push price around. It seems. Yeah, you could easily get like stopped out, especially if you've got like if you're doing 25x leverage. A 3% move is going to knock you out of the park. So, I mean, it depends on like how much money you've got at risk in it. 3x leverage, even like if you haven't learned from 1010, the fact that the way that this market can be just easily just crushed, and everyone could get destroyed. I think it's there. November. It was that one, wasn't it? Yeah, October 10th. Yeah, I mean, this candle here, that was like pure like Oracle issues or whatever else is happening. But yeah, potentially we've got an edge to edge trade here to like 2.6. Depending on how it holds up. This is not support, it's just an indicator or like a two moving averages crossing over. But even then, like the crossover happened initially on the in March, end of March, April 1st, April Fool's Day was when the initial cross happened, got rejection, slower moving average for support, and we're back into the cloud. So it could be one of those things where a massive candle just pops it through to 2.6, and we'll see. But yeah, where I am at the moment, it's like early hours, so this is not the time to be even looking at charts or attempting to trade. But yeah, it's just all factory. Like Asta, the Chinese or the Binance Dex exchange, just sideways consolidation. Scary, man, scary. Something could be going on there. They've got the chain out as well, but like I still don't understand the whole thing of the way the tokens are being issued or burnt or whatever. It's just they keep changing in it. It's got like 100 trillion tokens or something stupid like that. They've just fully diluted the amount of tokens. I wrote this thing about Pump Fund yesterday or this morning or a couple of hours ago, and I genuinely believe that Pump Fund's going to do their own chain. I think it's just come to the point now where they keep on pivoting, and they keep on, well, not pivoting, but like adding new bits to their overall ecosystem. So after like Pump Fund is going to release its own chain, I believe that with a Pump token set as the consensus staking or voting mechanism, it will gain traction via the airdrop. So like people who are streaming, I don't know if you believe it, but people who are streaming, potentially could get 3% of that allocation, and then the rest is for people who are trading memes or issuing memes or holding memes. No one knows what the rules are, which is really annoying. It will gain traction by the airdrop, which will be bigger than anyone suspects, and I do believe that once the airdrop happens for Pump Fund, it's going to be something where people are going to talk about it. They have to do it that way. I mean, if it's one of those ones where you're going to get like a shit amount, you get a couple $100, no one's going to care, and then they'll sell it, and then that's the end of Pump Fund. But if they actually reward people, because it is a reward, as much as people feel like this Pump Fund airdrop is owed to them, the reason why you're in crypto is because of Pump Fund, and no one's forcing you to actually use Pump Fund. So at the end of the day, it's your choice, isn't it? And like some people, yeah, the smarter people, the more connected people, done well with Pump Fund, isn't it? Like the memes in that cycle, in the last cycle. The ones who weren't interested, like myself, I never touched memes during the last cycle. I just thought it was stupid. Not anymore, obviously. But those people who done well, or the people who trade, lost money, whatever, you're not owed anything because you chose to use the product and you had fun. It's not like you were there, like it wasn't like going to the office every day. You showed up, you engaged with people in the meme coin community and the Pump Fund community. You tried to figure it out, and yeah, you may not have made any money, but you had entertainment. You had some fun. That's what I'm trying to say to you. So yeah, if you do get the airdrop, don't act like you're entitled to it. But I do believe it will be something more substantial than what people outside of the ecosystem actually believe. So yeah, I think Pumpfun's going to do its own chain, and it's going to be massive. It's not going to be something like, how would I put it? Like, people going about the Arbitrum airdrop, but I don't even think the Arbitrum airdrop was that great. Maybe it's just because of me, like how much I got allocated. Starknet, they screwed everyone over. I'm trying to think of like the last greatest. Well, obviously Hyperliquid, but me being me, I didn't trade on Hyperliquid. I was trading on Derive Exchange because they had an airdrop thing going, and in the end, it was worth nothing. It was like $250. If you don't know what Derive is, it's like an options trading, options exchange, a decentralized options exchange. And I just thought I'd be like non-consensus. So you heard the word Hyperliquid. I had no idea what it was. Didn't even check it out. And then all of a sudden, the news broke, Hyperliquid airdrop. People getting 5-6 figure airdrops for trading. But then, when they were doing that campaign, it was I'm pretty sure it was during the bear market. So like, even if you were trading, I don't think that many people made a lot of money trading on Hyperliquid, and unless they were just farming it, doing like basis trades, I believe they're called, where you're trading long and short with the same amount and you're earning a yield or some crap like that. Anyway, I've been in this industry long enough to know where it is, but I'm not. But yeah, perp exchanges just destroy price. So I'm dreading when, like, even Hyperliquid, if they say, oh yeah, you've got you can trade Asteroid on leverage, 3x or 5x or whatever. It's just gonna kill the market. It's gonna kill the price. So yeah, just let it run. Like, let people buy it. The fact that it's on Ethereum mainnet as well is great. It's the most decentralized smart contract platform. There, I never said it's more decentralized than Bitcoin. Okay, I said it's the most decentralized smart contract platform. So there's a difference. Like, I don't think people understand what that means. Who was it? That idiot from Starknet was just like, do you think traders care or people care about decentralization? No, they don't. No, they don't. It's important, obviously, as you can tell with like all these multi-sig, all these keys getting hacked, or all these bridges that are centralized, and protocols that are potentially centralized getting hacked. Decentralization is important. So like, even in regards to Aave, nice pivot. Even in regards to Aave, the fact that Aave did get hacked, but a product that Aave relies upon or is part of their suite of tools got hacked, it affects them greatly. Aave is a smart contract, but like, the token could have been used to decentralize the network. Maybe it would have made it a bit more secure. I'm not very technical in that way, but like, I believe that the token could have used a way more utility applied to it in order to secure the actual smart contract of Aave. If Aave is a smart contract, well, it's not its own chain, so it must be. It is its own smart contract. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's late. I've had a glass of wine, so like, I'm just waffling on. Yeah, I don't know why, but when I talk, my nose gets blocked and I sound like a complete nerd. I swear to God, I am not a nerd. What it is like this hour of the night, and yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna blow my nose. You guys can enjoy the vibe. I'm gonna mute my mic and maybe switch off the camera while I do that, so I can speak to you guys without sounding like a nasally nerd. Okay, just give me 1 second here. Okay, I'm back. Yeah. I'm gonna try to slow down the pace of how I'm speaking as well. I went to this franchise thing yesterday, and like it was interesting. basically, I'm trying to figure out a way where to put capital because I don't want to keep it on chain. It's all great earning a yield, but like, if you're at risk of getting hacked because of Mythos and the whole hacking thing, it's a bit of a worry, isn't it? So you want to get your money off chain, basically. Obviously, like, maybe less risky things like buying a meme and just holding it in your wallet. Maybe like, keeping dollars on an exchange, but even then, like, someone asked the interesting question. It's like, is like Hyperliquid, which is the biggest DeFi protocol out there at the moment, is it actually DeFi? And yes, it is. Is it at risk? Has it got smart contract risk? I think everything does, which is why you get the yield. So the yield, the higher the yield, the higher the risk, basically. Like looping, compounding yield on top of yield on top of yield. Yeah, the risk is higher, because if one of those like loops breaks, you're gonna lose all your money. So it's kind of one of them things where, like, do you want to do that and earn like 200, 100 plus API or APR or whatever, or do you want to, like, take your money out, put it into like an established brand, open a store somewhere, and like, hire some employees and be like, yeah, it's legit, like, you're paying your taxes, you've got some employees, it helps out your local community because you've opened a business, like a little restaurant or something like that. Yeah, I think it's a good move to maybe get into just like franchising something. Plus it's like educational as well. So like, maybe you've never run a business before, but you've got the support of the brand and the people behind it that will show you how exactly things work. So after the contract finishes, eventually, you could actually move on and then, yeah, start your own thing. Establishing a brand is really difficult. I mean, I've been streaming for like 18 months. I was creating content on YouTube, like, just reviews of like protocols and stuff on YouTube, on a separate channel. And like, it took, I don't know, like 18 months, maybe 2 years before I started really getting traction. And like, the only reason for that is because the people who I was doing these videos for, they actually, I would post in their Discords and be like, guys, I made a review of your stuff. You actually get to see a retail pleb use your protocol and see how it works. And like, the friction that I have is the friction that someone like me would have, generally, because I'm the type of person that you want. I'm curious to use your protocols and stuff like that, and I want to see, yeah, how they work. And obviously I'm like simple-minded in certain respects. So like, yeah, you'll see the simplest form of somebody trying to use your thing, and you'll be like, oh, why isn't he clicking the button? It's right there. And yeah, anyway, yeah, but those people would actually check out my content, and then they might retweet it, or like, they might share it with their friends, or like, so you got a bit of traction that way. So sort of like, yeah, not only does it benefit me, it benefits you in it. But yeah, I sort of abandoned that channel. I don't know why, to be honest. Like, I had like over 100 subscribers on YouTube. I might even do that. So I started a new one, and it's like, yeah, I'm getting 0 views at the moment, which is fine. It's kind of exciting to start afresh. And I've got a few ideas to make it more interesting, because what I've noticed as well is that there's not like the YouTube content is completely gone in regards to crypto. I know that X hates crypto as well. They don't want people talking about crypto. Like, they just assume that anyone who's talking about it is a scammer. Twitch, I'm not too sure. Like, they've got a crypto subsection, but it seems to me on Twitch it's just people trading. So you got like a load of charts up, like they'll just have like the asteroid chart or whatever, which is, yeah, looking good right now. As soon as I looked at it, it sold off. But yeah, they've got their chart and they've got their little lines and stuff, and they're talking about, yeah, I'm going to do this trade, but no one actually trades on this. It's weird. It's kind of like they've got all the charts, but no one's showing a position. I've been in this, like, in this industry for so long. I've just sort of like, yeah, the trading aspect of it, and the people who do content in regards to or in respect of trading, I haven't got time for them. Because at the end of the day, if I've been here for 6, 7, 8 years, right, and I've been following traders on leverage, or like, they say don't touch leverage, but clearly like what their setups are made for is leverage trading. They're still doing the same content. So, if you're here for 6, 7, 8 years and you're watching the same guy do the same thing, obviously he ain't made it in it. So why would you still be following him? So like, yeah, every time like the price popped off, so this little run up here, I saw a few familiar faces come out of the woodwork, and they'd be like, oh yeah, breakout, and they're saying things. And I was just like, unfollow them, because I'm like, oh, you show up when it's clear, or you assume that it's clear that potentially the price could go up, and it's just like, it's just bullshit. What are you farming? Like, you know, you rely more on farming viewers than your actual trading skill, so you don't know what you're doing. So I think the best way to go about it is like, yeah, or I believe it's definitely the best way to go about it, is to find narratives that work. You know, strong price action, and just like buy the coin and hold it, man. Like, it's the only way to make it. It's the only way to make it. I'm certain of it. And like, what can I say? You know, I've been here 6, 7, 8 years. I've made 6 figures like several times. I'm not. It's not like a humble brag or nothing like that. But what happens is that I take the money as it's going up, and I go and live life. You know, I'm not sitting there thinking I'm going to buy a Ferrari or nothing like that. I'm like, you know, I'm getting married. Like, you know, my daughter wants to do this, or, you know, my wife wants that, or like, you know, I want to do things, man. Like, I just want to live my life. I'm not looking to buy a mansion here. I just want to live like a comfortable life. And, you know, crypto's afforded me the ability to do that. So I can sit here and stream on a Sunday night and just think, yeah, I'm cool. You know, I'm not trying to be a millionaire. I mean, it would be lovely. The pressure that comes with it, obviously, like, would be like crazy. But yeah, it's more about, and then, you know, right. So backtracking, because this is just like me talking now. Yeah, sorry guys if it's boring, but like, it's more about, and then when, like, you know, the bear market comes, it's depressing, isn't it? And then I don't have the 6 figures anymore because I spent it, or like, you know, the things that I'm holding have gone down in price. So it's just like, okay, what am I going to sell now? I'm going to wait for the next market. But it's depressing because you think, oh man, the amount of money that I had, I could have done something with it. But I'm never fully out, if that makes sense. I'm never fully out. I'm never fully in. I'm never fully out. So it's kind of like, yeah. Leverage trading is fun though. Like, you know, during, like, you know, the upswings and the uptrends, if you've got like 10 grand in hyperliquid and you make a good trade, you make 3k, you're like, okay, cool. You know, it's lovely. But you just have to be aware that, like, yeah, it's against you. Like, everything is against you when you're trading on a decentralized exchange. My favorite decentralized exchange to trade on, right, was DYDX. I think I was one of the only few that was trading on there. Me and like DCF God maybe. And when they done their airdrop, you know, man, that's when my mind was like, I was like, that's crazy. I can't believe they dropped that much on two addresses as well. And I didn't even know. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was crazy. My boy was like, yeah, you probably get like 50 quid. I was like, nah, mate, you weren't 50 quid. It was insane. It was insane. My mic is really loud. Like, I'm just realizing that. But you can turn down the volume with it. It was insane. But like, my life didn't change that much, honestly. Like, you know, I took it and I tried to be the king on chain, and it just didn't work out. It didn't work out the way I wanted it to. So I'm still here. I'm still here, waiting for that next, you know, that next. What do you call it? It's not like that, you know, that next. I know the word. Come on. Endorphins, like, you know, like that next injection of adrenaline, that next injection of like, oh my god, you know, Mega ETH's doing an airdrop. They're gonna airdrop to people who use their chain, and, you know, no one's using Mega ETH. So obviously it might work out. Retail pleb gets, you know, a substantial amount, and then that encourages people to come over and check it out, even though there's not, like, I won't say there's nothing there, but you can find the products that are on Mega ETH in other places, if that makes sense. The products that would interest you, you could find somewhere else. So there hasn't been any USPs, unique. There's nothing unique there. There you go. Yeah, it's like, we're still waiting. Like, other than Showdown, the card game, and we're gonna play around with that at some point, maybe in the next 10 minutes. Other than Showdown, which I think is probably the best game on there. The only issue I have with Showdown, right? This thing. The only issue I have with Showdown is that the people that are in the Discord, I'm not sure if they're devs or not, but it seems like when you want to play, you're going up against like people who perhaps maybe they are the developers, and, you know, obviously you don't want to play a card game against the developers because you could be at a disadvantage. I'm not saying you are, okay? The tournaments are really cool, but every tournament I've been in, I've been knocked out in the first round. So like, yeah, Showdown is like probably my favorite game. I want to show my referral, but there's no point. You can just log in and yeah, play card games for cash. So I'll just click quick play and we'll see if it loads up. Then we can have a go. I'm not going to stay up for long tonight because I got on quite late. I was actually using Claude Code to have a bit of fun, but, or to do some stuff for the stream. So you might see some interesting changes, but at the same time, I'm only a $20 a month pleb in it. So like I have to keep it very simple, and the thread's very simple. But like, you know, the stuff that I want to build is stuff that maybe you would have to pay someone to do it, or you would have to pay someone to produce it. Whereas with Claude Code, and especially with this like you know, the new image generation, I would call it, creative image whatever, yeah, you could actually do some cool stuff. But I'm not quite sure how you actually go about initializing it, so I have to review the docs and like watch the video again, because quite frankly I'm in Blender and I've connected this to MCP and it's doing it, like it's all set up. I had to pay somebody to actually get the MCP to do what I wanted it to do, not to Claude but to Blender. So yeah, I've got enough credits, but then obviously once I've set it all up and I'm ready to go with whatever I wanted to do, it was like, yeah, you're out credits. So I was like, okay, 5/8 or whatever time I have to, like, yeah, come back to it. So I'm gonna, and I thought, okay, well, I was meant to stream tonight, so I spent 2 maybe 3 hours on Claude, and now, yeah, here I am doing the stream. But like, yeah, there's gonna be a few changes, a few interesting changes, I'm hoping anyway. Yeah, so we'll see. Maybe it's a bit corny, maybe people will hate it, but no one watches my content anyway, so who gives a shit, innit? No one watches my content, bro. Like, yeah, so we'll see if we get a game anyway. So I might have to put the sound on so I can actually hear it, which is kind of annoying, because I can't switch screens because the next video it starts. There probably is no one on. So I'm ranked 113th. I think the highest I've been is 82nd. They've also got show points as well. Like I said, this is not a show. You know, I just think it's probably the best thing on, if you wanted to, you know, check out Mega Eve. This is probably the best game. There's the other game as well, but for some strange reason it doesn't load up on my system. Can't remember what it's called. I'm not gonna get into it. 140k. What do you reckon? You reckon this is a swing? It's like a higher low swing up. 500k. I think that'd be quite nice. I think that'd be quite nice. I'm thinking like, yeah, 200, 250k. It'd be lovely. Well, I'm gonna hold it anyway. I'm not getting out. You will not fool me. Imagine showing up to the trenches every single day and then fading the better ship at 120 mil. Even Floki is higher than that shit. So free. Yeah, I mean, like a lot of people are making the assumption that this thing's gonna crash, but I just feel like it's just gonna keep going. Obviously, there's gonna be like I don't know if it's profit taking, to be honest. Like, you know, I mean, is this guy in profit? He bought a what? Yeah, you know, it's like. But I saw someone buy like 56k of it, and I was just like, okay, so you want to see the bigger buyers, don't you? Yeah, like 14k, 10k. Someone sold 32, 34k. Yeah, it's happening. It's happening, man. It's happening, and people are going to continue to trade this thing. Volume's still high. 50 mil in volume is crazy, and that's on the ETH mainnet as well. Apparently, the guy who who sandwiched it, I think it's Jared from Subway. His name is, isn't it? Apparently, he's making a killing, like in fees and stuff like that. So be careful, man, when you're actually out there trying to get into this thing, because you might get sandwich attacked if you're in a rush. I think it's slowed down now, so like I think that was probably a good time on this swing, to actually get in. That's on an hourly though, you know. An hourly swing is nothing, but literally like, yeah, spikes up. So someone bought 62k worth, like 80k. That was an hour ago, and how much is up? Is he up? Bought 20 million tokens. What? He bought 20 mil. I see. Oh yeah, so he made 500k. There's no way people are trading that type of money on this. Well, it is ETH mainnet. That's what I'm saying. Just throwing money around, big dicking money around. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna get a game here. I'm not gonna get a game. But yeah, Shadowrun. At some point, I think I've got a stream up. If you're watching on X, if you are by any chance watching on X, one of my earlier streams, I actually streamed the tournament, which was very silly of me because my cards were exposed, and I went into their Discord and I was like, "Yeah, guys, I'm streaming on X, so like, you know, if you want to show some love, like blah blah blah." And they're like, "Of course, we'll show some love. No worries." And then, obviously, they can see all my cards, so kind of pointless. And for some strange reason, I only thought about that after the fact. I think I prioritize my content more than my actual ability to make some cash. I mean, I put $20 into the tournament, so, you know, potentially I could have won 160. Really annoying, because the people that are registered, there was only 3. or two of us. So I was thinking, okay, if I come second, I make $60. It's great. And then, you know, last 10 minutes, it was like 8 people. And a couple of them were like rank 3. And I just got destroyed, basically. So, yeah, that was fun. That was fun and embarrassing. But yeah, we're gonna keep an eye on Asteroid. I'm gonna continue to work on, like, you know, the presentation of my streams. Obviously the sound and all that I think is in a good place. But yeah, we just need some, like, a bit of, what do we need? Like, you know, substance, something different. Yeah, like, you know, crypto content needs something different in it. It doesn't need what we're currently getting. Yesterday I've done a really, like, you know, I think I was on stream for like 2.5 hours, but it was like mainly me sitting in silence. Like, this is how I normally speak on stream, but I was quite tired yesterday. There were a few, I was like, yeah, a few things happened and I was just not in the mood, but I still showed up in it. So tomorrow, like, yeah, I'll probably come on and do like not a longer form stream, but like, yeah, a better stream. We'll see. But yeah, it's going to be an everyday affair. Like, you know, I'm going to be here talking about the news. What else has happened today? Has anything happened today other than the price dumping? The only reason I buy and hold ETH is to buy NFTs for now. Really? You still buying NFTs, bro? If you're holding ETH to buy NFTs, you need to check yourself into a mental institution. He's right. You know, Ansem is right once again. Like, why are you buying NFTs? I mean, who is fucking with OpenSea after they completely flopped the airdrops? You know, like, this is the perfect time for any product, anybody who's building something should be dropping their token right now. Bottom of the bear market, you know, yeah, it's going to take, you know, 6 to 8 months for it to, you know, price to show what it's really worth, depending on whether or not you're it depends on the tokenomics as well, I guess. Like, you know, if you've got VCs, like, you know, who've invested in you and they want to realize their gains or in some way, and they're like, okay, give 5% to the community, give us our, you know, our percentages in whatever we invested in a token, and, you know, allow us to stake it, and then the yield we can cash out, start there, the yield we can cash out, then fine, you know, and we'll just dump it on the market, then yeah, it's fucked. You don't want to do that. So I think a lot of products, they can't do the hyperliquid route, and for some strange reason, I don't know why they can't just do that. Just like make your users rich, not rich, but like, you know, give your users a reason to love you. Like, other than the product in it, like, you know, Pump Fund created a product that made the users love them in it. You know, made the developer, the guy who's in charge, everyone loved Elon. But as soon as he said, or as soon as they said we're dropping a token, you know, the expectations were set, the bar was set, and everyone was waiting, like, to be like, okay, this is going to be like Hyperliquid because the product is so great. And they fucked it. They fluffed their lines, and it's probably because they didn't want to do the tokenomics the way everyone was expecting, which is to give someone a bit of change. You know, like, get a nice, healthy cash injection so people can experiment on chain. And then, you know, you've got the whole thing of like AI coming along, and everyone's like, oh, well, you know, people aren't retail are going to be like going on chain. It's going to be agents, and it's like, well, who's funding the agents? Because it's not going to be retail. Up to now, I don't know like anyone in my immediate circles, family or friends, who've done a transaction on chain. And no matter what I say, they're not coming on chain, bro. I'm telling you, like, there's not a single person, there's not a single individual out there, like, you know, out of the hundreds of people that I know, when they ask me, oh, you're into crypto, blah blah, I'm like, I'm tired of talking about it now. So when people like say, oh, you're into crypto, I just roll my eyes. I'm like, yeah, you know, those people aren't coming on chain, and they're not going to fund an agent. And then I think the other assumption of these developers, despite the fact that, you know, what's going on with Mythos and like all of that, and, you know, vibe coding, these developers just assume that if they build a product that is so, like, you know, is so, I don't know, there's like a barrier for retail to not see the agent in the background. So, like, you know, basically like downloading an app. When someone downloads an app, they just tick a box and they're like, yeah, give me the app. But when they tick that box, they're actually giving their data over to someone. I think developers are assuming, and it's probably, maybe they're right, that people are just going to download these apps that people are talking about, and they're going to tick a box, and that initializes an agent that they fund. And then, you know, retail going to look at their phone and be like, okay, I want to order a pizza, like, and then the agent automatically knows, okay, this is what this person likes, and then we're going to order that, and blah blah blah. Don't worry, boss, I'll take care of it, and it's gone and it comes to you. I think that they assume that that's going to happen. Maybe it does, but it's going to be, it's basically going to be hard. It's going to be very difficult to obfuscate or block the view of the agent working in the background. People are curious, you know. Most people aren't. Most people are fucking idiots, but some people are curious. So yeah, it's just like if you're not relying on retail to come back and like, you know, support your chain or your product or anything like that, then I think you're making a massive mistake. Yeah, agents are cool. Yeah, they're going to be like hundreds of trillions or like hundreds of thousands of agents, you know, on chain constantly doing transactions. But what type of transactions are they going to be doing? I think it's going to be mostly like financial transactions. It's not going to be like retail type transactions. Like I said, ordering food, buying a pair of trainers, you know, like practical things, RWA, real world asset type of trades, you know. Leverage trading, I think, is going to be out the window as well, because even me, to be honest, like, you know, everyone's farming data on these dexes. I mean, if you're not farming data and storing it to build out a bot to trade for you, then I don't know what you're doing here anymore. Especially like, you know, I've got a $20 a month account. Literally, the first thing I did was like, right, I want to build a trading bot. Where do I go with this? And like, yeah, you can build out all this cool shit, but at the end of the day, without data, without analyzing, you know, the order book or like, you know, the top 50 wallets or doing something like, you know, figuring out a strategy without the data to back it up, your bot's going to be useless. Which is why you could tell a LARP from someone who's real, isn't it? A LARP is someone who's like, oh, you've never heard of. They don't work for anybody. And they're like, I built this trading bot that does this, this, and this. And it's like, oh, yeah, it's made me this amount of money. Here is the GitHub for it. And it's like, okay, well, where did you get the data from? Like, you know, I don't go online or, yeah, on X or on the timeline and be like, oh, where did you get the data from? I don't say anything. I just like, okay. And the only reason why I don't say anything is because without me actually doing the process of trying to figure out how to do it, does that make sense? Without me trying to figure out how to do it, I wouldn't know that they're LARPing. And I've just told you why it's a LARP. It's because without data, your bot's useless. Without like back testing trades, your bot's useless. So Binance, yes, it's a nice pivot. So Binance basically said, yeah, you can basically have data from us. I don't know if you have to pay for it. Never liked Binance. I'm sorry. I know. Get the pitchforks out. Never been a fan of Binance. I don't know why. I think it's because of their UI. It's terrible. You know, like where they've got separate sub accounts for different types of trading. You know, like you could do perps or you could do something else. And it's like you've got to split your money up into different accounts to do trades in different areas. It's like, it's horrible. It's like, that's why Hyperliquid is winning, because like you put your money in the account and you're like, okay, I want to trade this. Here's the leverage amount. This is the amount I want to risk. Boom, it's gone. Well, with Binance, it's like blocked off. Even Asta has the same thing, where you've got to put into these sub accounts. It's like, wait, why is that? Is that to confuse the user? Because, you know, I guess, I mean, if you're watching this and you're thinking, well, this guy is definitely an idiot because this is how you do it. The only reason why they make it look like complicated is to confuse you. And if you're not confused, you assume that you're smarter than the person next to you. But in reality, you're the dumb one, because they put you in a position where you have to move money. It delays your process. When you're trading, like, you know, either you set up your stops and you know what you're doing in it, you've got a structure to what you're doing, or you're what most people are, a retail trader. You see the price go to your level, you just click, okay, I'm gonna market buy that. If you know, get your chest out, you know, be a man, market buy that, because that's the level you were looking at for the past 6 months or whatever, with whatever leverage you had, whatever money's in your account. That's what you want to do. But like, yeah, Binance is not like that. There's all these barriers. It's messy. It's just not nice to use. I don't care what anyone thinks. You're not smarter than me because you know how to use the UI on Binance. Sorry. And the proof's in the pudding. That's why Hyperliquid is winning. It's because the UI is way easier. I know where I'm at with it. Immediately I got in it was recognizable. It's the same with DYDX, to be honest. I keep talking about it, but DYDX basically had the same setup where it was just easier to use, and it was a decentralized exchange, so it was like no KYC. They could geo block you now, though, it seems, isn't it? Is what it is. Is what it is. How long have I been talking for now? How long have I been waffling for? Yeah, it's about an hour. Okay, guys. So I'll be back tomorrow with another asteroid update. I'm excited. I'm going to sleep good tonight. I'm going to wake up. I'm going to get on Blender. I'm going to do what I need to do, and hopefully it works out. The MCP, I mean, like, Claude's amazing. You know, it is. I'm actually doing the Anthropic course as well. Yeah. I want the certificates, and it's cool that they like, after every part of the course, they're like, oh yeah, here's your certificate. You could put in your LinkedIn profile. It's like, who's got a LinkedIn profile, bro? But like, just the fact that you could have certificates to certify to say that yes, I have in fact done that, and it's free. I don't think it's going to be free forever. So if you are interested, yeah, check out Anthropic's website, and if you're not doing anything, maybe just do the course on the side. It's quite simple at the moment. I'm sure it gets more complicated. But yeah, getting those certificates, I feel like could benefit you in the future in regards to employment. There you go. Because even now, like, I'm thinking back to my old job. My old job, like, nothing's changed. I could go back tomorrow and it'll be exactly the same as it was. And if you try to apply any changes, the people that are there are very uncomfortable. They're like, no, this is the way we do things. This is the way we've always done things. Things are not going to change. It's like, what? Even if it saves you time and money, you're not going to change it? No. Okay, all right, we'll just keep doing what we're doing, and then you're just in this repeated cycle of frustration. I mean, who wants to show up at a job every day and do the same thing? Everybody, it seems. No one's curious. No one wants to learn nothing new. No one wants to try anything new. No one wants to risk anything, reputation wise. Even like, if I walked back into my old job and I said, listen guys, like, I can use this to do that and this, that, and the other, they'll be like, yeah, sure, do it, and then it doesn't work. I don't give a shit, but they will judge me harshly for it. They're like, well, you should have just done it this way, and like, you're not smarter than anybody. I keep going back to this. I think I've like got a complex. Maybe I have. You're not smarter than anyone because you're able to read a manual and produce what the manual says better than me. You're just following orders, and it's like there's nothing appealing about that to me. Yeah, to me. It's my age. Maybe I just want to like leave something, like, if I die tomorrow, at least I know I've got some like YouTube content out there, that my child can watch or my wife can reflect back on and just be like, oh yeah, I remember he was really into that. Oh my god, I forgot about him. And it's always going to be there. It's always going to be there. Hopefully, anyway. They might be like, yeah, account's redundant. Account's gone. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens in the future. I don't know why I'm talking like this. I think I'm tired. But yeah, okay, I'm going to play you out. It will be the same outro as it was the intro because I like the song and I like the animation. By the way, the animation and the intro, I created that all through Grok, and DaVinci Resolve, edited myself, linked it together. I've got another one, but people don't really like it. I don't know. I might do it tomorrow. But I like the vibe and the music. It sets me up nicely. Let's see if there's any news first. I want to leave you guys, but like, yeah, I'll leave you in by Asteroid. He's in Asteroid now. Yeah. They're going to send Asteroid mascot to space, aren't they? To Mars, bro. Retards bridges to Eve. Is there anything else so worth bidding? Let's see if anything else. Yeah, it's just like it's going to be all asteroid shields on my timeline now because I keep searching it. Crap. What is this? Is this what Binance? So it's listed here. What did it take? A day. It took a good couple months, man. Yeah, I'm hoping for a quick pump on this thing, but it could take a while, sadly. 90% Earth. Behind holding asteroids is that 10 fig market cap. 10 fig market cap. 6 is 7 is 8. Oh well, I don't know. That's like a yeah. I don't even know. I can't even compute 10-figure market caps. I can't imagine it. But it's real. Like, there is money out there. When we're virtuals, this and never. They hate the community, bruv. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I see you go. That's rude. Alright, guys. Peace out. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in. If you watched, if you stayed this long, I appreciate it. Listening to my ramblings. I'll be back tomorrow. Maybe a longer stream. Maybe it will that out. Depends on what's happening. But an hour is the minimum. And I've done that. And to be honest, I'm not paid. I'm not sponsored, nothing like that. I just do it so I can sleep good at night. I'm really tired because, yeah, I haven't slept good the last 2 nights. But anyway, I'm waffling. I just want to, like, let me just check this. All right, peace out, guys.